What's going on, just ordinary friends and fam? I'm actually recording this video back to back with my other video, so sorry if I'm wearing the same shirts. Don't crucify me too much. But hey, when you're feeling it and you got a couple Legend League attacks left, you might as well document it, right? So just to give you a heads up, today I picked a very, very, very bad base that I should not have for top Legend League, but I'll show you in my other ones. So for those of you who don't know, we are rocking Wolfie's subscription service this month, which I think he has the best bases that I've encountered that is like a monthly Legend League subscription. He does some really, really, really good stuff. And so I'm rocking his, and let me show you some of my RC charge drags. Even though we've done this a whole bunch, I hope I don't do like a ton of fails live on with you. But maybe we might match some like cool people and can talk about it. So I'm just gonna kind of go a little bit against the grain with what I typically do. I always preach about going towards the mono on these bases, right? But in this instance, I'm gonna charge from the side just because I don't think I can get to the mono as proactively as I want. So I'm gonna go in from the side, which is gonna leave me to do a nice little RC walk on the back end, and I'm just going to try and invisible spell this RC enough to where this RC is going to target the air targeting defenses. That's one thing that I've kind of adapted in my strategy a little bit, is using this RC walk to make sure that I'm targeting defenses that are targeting my air troops. So that's what we're shooting for in this, and we're going to knock this out. Okay, I'm not even going to worry about getting anything else. We're going to drop the siege barracks, create this good funnel here. There really isn't any value with the giant arrow going across, and then we just drop down all of the troops. Let's go ahead and get that in there. All right, can we drop the minion prints? Yes. Now let's get RC creating this funnel. Queen's probably going to go down, but hopefully she takes enough out. Okay, we're going to freeze the town hall and the multi-gear cannon. Just so we can get through this core defenses. Let's see if we can use the perfect timing. We can freeze use the Giant Prince's ability over the core there, which is going to keep that queen aligned maybe a little bit longer. Let's see if we can keep her alive throughout the rest of this raid. Okay, now let's start working on cleanup. I can do cleanup at the 9 o'clock here. I can throw an archer down here. We still have that mono alive, which might give us some troubles if we don't have enough drags to tank for that mono when we get around to the corner. We really need this cleanup to go, so that way, all right, we're looking okay. We still have a lot of troops that can tank for that mono. Just need to take out that RC and make sure that our minion prince stays alive. So I think this triples, guys. All right, Minion Prince is getting targeted by that mono, but luckily it gets taken out. That's going to be a triple. That mono was just going to be the biggest part. If we were rolling into that little quadrant without any tanks or distractions for that mono to hit, but luckily we had those little spooky ghosts that were going into it that were able to tank for it. So yeah, I'm very happy with that raid. Obviously it was a triple. Everything worked out to plan. Honestly, I'm surprised we were able to keep the queen alive as long as we did. I figured it was going to die. So, all right, let's move on to the next one. Hopefully my CC was filled. In the other clan, probably not. Let's see. Nope. But we're just going to have to reinforce. Don't have that many gems. We still have 3 attacks. Or, I'm sorry, league medals, or whatever they're called. All right, very common base. We saw this all last season. Unknown Cam from Potato Salad. It's probably part of that unknown clan that we've seen quite a bit, and they're one of the top US pushing clans. I'm very surprised that they haven't changed their base, especially with being a push clan, because this is very old. Maybe the traps are different, but honestly, I have not had a hard time tripling this base ever since it's come out. I actually preferred it because I knew how to triple it. It was cracked for me, so I could just keep doing the same thing. Now, what I'm looking at on this is you want to snipe the mono, and I've already created great pathing for this RC to take out this sweeper, because we're going to be going the opposite direction with that sweeper, so I don't need to worry about the giant arrow to get it. And then we take out that spitter, which is excellent. And then we might even be able to take out that builder hut. And let's see. Not quite enough. Okay, we put the siege barracks over at the 9 o'clock. Use a giant arrow all the way across. See if we can just take out anything. Drag spam from 12 to 10. Throw in everything else. Super wall breaker there. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then we have to do RC at the 6. Okay, make sure our queen doesn't get targeted by that single target inferno. Right about here, I activate my warden's ability just to keep that drag alive that are going towards the town halls. And there's a lot of traps generally in this corner, so I want to make sure that those aren't hit. I'm going to go ahead and use those archers up top. I'm going to do my mini prince ability over that multi-gear cannon. It looks like everything's going according to plan. RC was able to take out all those defenses in the bottom. Didn't quite take out that king, but that's okay. We still have plenty of bang for our buck. We have those 2 archers that would take that out in time. Yep, looking like a triple. Unknown Cam, you need to change your base, bro. That is old news. We're just going to go ahead and use that free spell. I hate when people swag spells. Not because, actually no, it is because I think it's an ego thing. I think that people get a little bit too full of themselves and lose sight of just like getting the triple. So I make sure to use all my spells. I make sure to use all my troops because I don't like to risk anything. I like to make sure that I triple because that is the goal. I mean, and plus when you catch those guys that fail because they are saving onto their spells the whole raid because they want to, show off at the end what their swag is, that is just so unnecessary, bro. Use your freaking spells. Use your freaking troops. It's not a big, what? Just do it. Okay, so there's another triple. Uh-oh. Hopefully we don't lose service. At least we got the triple before we lost service if we did lose service. You know what that means? Of course. Got to log into my other account and give me some donations. Also, I decided that I'm going to be farming another Town Hall 17. I had it as one of my placeholder burner accounts, and it's like, you know what, I'm just going to farm this one up a little bit. And little do you know, next thing you know, I'm Town Hall 17 with level 5 equipment and levels 1 heroes, and it's the most rushed thing that you'll see, but I'm really trying to keep it pushing. All right, last one. This is going to be for the perfect 320 day, which means I'll probably fail, so I hope you guys enjoy this in live time. All right, so the monolith is pretty isolated. We're going to go for the spitter. Tricky base. We're going to go for this spitter over here. Okay, we're going to start it. And all right, so what are you looking at, right? We're looking at the defenses. We're looking at where those defenses are going to be lining up. So what is that pathway going to be, right? Why didn't I send it right in the middle? Well, I didn't send it right in the middle because if I would have sent it right in the middle, it would have gone to those mortars on either side. So we needed to get into that spitter. Once we get into the spitter, I'm actually curious on where it's going to go. It's going to go towards that expo, and we can honestly invisible spell over the expo. We can invisible spell over all of these defenses too because they're all ground targeting. And we truly don't care about ground targeting defenses. All we care about is air targeting defenses. We'll take them out with our splash damage with the aura, but we really don't care about them in general. So we're just going to keep pushing, get some drags down to start that cleanup early. Take out this scatter shot, one of the best defenses in the game. Let's see where this goes. Good, it's going to go towards that sweeper. And let's take out that spell tower real fast. 2 and 3. Good. Withdraw. All right. All right. We're going to go into the town hall because like I said on the CWL video, I'm very against going against the grain. We like to go over the town hall because it guarantees the 2-star very fast. Okay. And as you saw, that giant arrow actually got that sweeper down in that corner, which is excellent. So I'm going to set that over there. It looks like our drags are getting tore up a little bit. We're going to use the ability to keep all those troops invincible. Set the super wall breaker down over in that corner to take out that multi-archer tower. Okay, let's go ahead and get some cleanup troops on the very back side. So we have 3 Inferno Towers, 2 Builder huts in the core there. We've already created a really good funnel, so that way these defenses are going to get wiped out as soon as they clean up that elixir collector at 9 o'clock. Right into the core. We still have our free spell, and we're going to use it. Great minion prince ability. This is going to be a triple. Congratulations, guys. That's what 320 looks like from your boy. Granted, 320 is not that impressive right now with the current meta, especially for an average class starter like myself, but still, it's always good to get that on video, guys. It's always fun. Queen's doing queen things instead of just going around and saving time for everyone. She's got to get hung up on everything, so no extra cleanup needed. That's an easy triple. This army is so OP, guys. Like, honestly, I've done so many tutorials about this army. You all should use it. Honestly, it's such a great army to use. It's the easiest triples you can have, other than maybe that Root Rider strat, but I feel like everyone is using Root Riders right now, so this is kind of like a sleeper. So one more defense to take. I changed my base for tomorrow. I'm expecting it to be 5,600 tomorrow. Let me show you my main account to see where we're at. I think we're at 56, 55, which we are, 56, 55. Incredible defense. Wolfie, you're base number 3 out of this season. You never watch my videos, but if you ever do, your base 3 is giving me some wild luck here. 1 star and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2 stars, which really gave me an excellent day today. Minus 229 total. So that is all on that account. Let me just make sure. I'm very OCD, guys. I go through my account list every single time I do this to make sure that I, 1, am done with my attacks, and 2, I have set my defenses for tomorrow. So make sure that we're all copacetic. All right. And nobody donated to me, even though there's 3 people online. Or maybe they did, but it's all jacked up. I don't know what this means. Can I get some donations? Donate, please. This new screen I'm still getting used to with how your army, you don't have to train the armies. I always get scared that something's going to happen, but I don't have time to wait for these guys, so we're just going to use our metals and attack. All right, let's see what we got. It's kind of a funky base. Okay, we're going to start here and see if we can make our way to the mono. I kind of banked on there being a Tesla farm because whenever you see him isolated like this, you know that Tesla farm is going to be a distracting factor. So I always bet on a Tesla farm popping up. And it actually makes us a lot easier because we know that it's going to be so much easier to get to the Tesla if you go from an angle. So it works every time. There's always going to be a Tesla farm when the base, not always, majority of the time, there's going to be a Tesla farm when the mono is in a hidden compartment all the way to the side there. Now, why did you go after that builder's hut when you should have gone for that multi-archer tower? It's okay, we got the extra invisible spells, we're targeting the air, or the defenses that are targeting air, and we'll just do one more to get rid of that expo just to say we did, okay? Then we're going to recall. All right, and we're going to go this way. There's a lot of defenses and structures in this corner. Able to take out... we missed the sweeper there, unfortunately. Honestly, I wasn't aiming very well. I just kind of YOLO'd it. We're going to get this wall breaker into that. We have our ability for our RC. I always do this every raid, same dynamic. We're going to get a good little push into the core, freeze, or use the minion prince, slows down all those defenses. We also are going to use the warden's ability over the core right now just because we have the multi-gear tower, we have the multi-arch or multi-inferno, and now we have the town hall. So I'm going to wait until this town hall is off of that freeze, and then I'm going to use my freeze spell to target that sweeper, which is going to be good. I think that minion prince is going to be able to take the town hall by itself. We'll start cleanup on this side, just like that. The expo is on long, and that's a triple. Another one. Let's see what the next one's going to be. Come on, hurry up, triple. And then we got one more. We're just going to go ahead and auto reinforce our own stuff, and then we're going to be done with it. So another RC tutorial, guys. RC drags. I hope that this helps you all. Honestly, I think that it's just such a good attack, whether it's in esports hard mode, if it's in wars, CWL, you name it. It's like, this is just the go-to army for me. I think it's so easy. Let's see. We had one fail today at 93%, which we're going to come up 10 short, but a total of plus 55, which is going to put us at 5671. So I think we're going to end the day in the top 1,000, depending on if we get last defense. So let's do the last raid, and then we're going to call it a night, guys. I'm tired. I got work in the morning. I need my nightcap. All right. Box bases. Box bases suck. I think I have a plan, though. I'm going to try something new. We're going to RC right away, use the rocket spear to get the funneling down. It's going to go for, I wasn't aiming on that, actually. I was hoping that the RC was going to go to that after it used its rocket spear ability. But let's see. We're going to go here. Oh, I used an extra one. All right, we'll take it. We had to sacrifice one extra invisible spell, but we're able to get that RC into the court. And I'm actually going to let this RC die in this court, because I feel like its aura is going to do so much more damage in this core than I would use when I recalled it. So let's see. I needed to go towards that mono, though, not towards this expo. Or the king. That's the last thing that I needed it to go to, was that king. Lord have mercy. Just get into the court. All right. Whatever. We're going to call that an L. And I actually am going to recall this because I don't feel like I got enough value with it. And I'm going to send it with the main army. Okay, we start our funnel pathing. Let's see, this sweeper's kind of annoying right there. Let's see if we can snipe it. We got it. So we're not going into a sweeper. We are going into a giant bomb, which is unfortunate. We're going to send that down. Hey, stop targeting. Jeez. That is not what I wanted. I wanted that minion prince to stay alive. And it will stay alive because we are going to use the warden's ability. Right about there. Didn't quite get the minion prince. Alright, this one might be a fail, guys. Maybe. The mono's going to get taken out, but that spitter's going to do a lot of damage to our drags that are grouped up right there. Our mini prince is getting healed. The mono is going to go down to those drags that are attacking, which is good news right now. Right now, anything is good news with this attack. We're going to go a couple archers on the backhand side just to clean up some of that trash. And now we are going to just wait to watch this fail. So what did I do wrong? Okay, what did I do wrong? How did I save the 2-star, right? What I did wrong is I wasted too many invisible spells on that RC charge. I didn't calculate where my RC was going to go. How did I save the 2-star? I didn't go opposite side town hall. I made sure that my pathing was going to be good, so that way at a bare minimum I was getting the 2 stars. Because what do I always say? 2 stars kills you, guys. You cannot do 2 stars, whether that's, or 1 stars. 1 stars kills you, so you can't do 2 stars. Or 1 stars. Gosh darn it. How about you just triple every attack and then you don't have to worry about it, you know? But long story short, I would much rather have a 2-star 89% than a 1-star 99%, because if I would have gone this direction, starting at these collectors that these archers are working on, and if I started there, I might have gotten a 1-star because I was going against the grain with all of these other defenses. So again, I would much rather prefer a 92% 2-star than a fail 1-star. So that's my own 2 thoughts. I'm glad you guys could see a fail of mine and what I would do. I know there was a comment on Twitter the other day about what I do when attacks start to fail and how I save it. And there's my answer. You just saw it in live feed, right? Let's give it a replay real fast. So right here, you can see I wasted too many RC invisible spells to guide that. I was trying to get the RC to die into this core so it would take out that mono. And, it eventually just kept popping and moving towards that expo, which is really unfortunate. And then it targeted that king. It was just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, right? So right here, instead of going this long way and moving up from 3 o'clock to 12 o'clock, I made sure that I created a decent funnel, so that way I went straight towards the town hall, right? So the path of least resistance, also that minion prince getting targeted by that air defense because I dropped it too early and didn't let the drags get in front to tank for it. A lot of different mistakes there, right? And that's just complacency, guys. That's just me not paying attention and trying to get through it. So yeah, overall, it's like the first week of pushing, so I'm not too worried. We still went positive for the day. We're going to end up at probably 5760, so that'll put us in the top 1,000. But hey, there you go, guys. There you go. You're getting everything you want for on this channel. You're getting fails, you're getting top performances, you're getting whatever you want. Just leave a comment in here and I will provide, all right? Anyway, my mouth's dry. I've had too much wine. I've talked for an hour on YouTube, so I'm going to go ahead and dip out and go to bed. But I appreciate you guys for watching, and I will talk to you soon.